What's going on, guys? This is Aussie Van Man. How y'all doing today? So where are we today? Well, today is somewhere I've been quite a few times before. This is actually my fourth time here. This is Pioneer Village, the Pioneer Living History Museum. And we used to get the tickets from over here. This used to be a candy store, which I think is closed down now. I don't know what they're doing with it now, but apparently we got to go in here to get our tickets now. So maybe they've done something with this place again. It does say Pet Telephone Museum behind me, so let's go check it out. Let's head on in. Okay, let's go into the old theater here. Go check it out. Check this out, old piano. That's quite cool. It's a little dark in here today. None of the lights are on. But you can see the little theater that they have set up here. This old organ in the corner. That's kind of cool. These massive cabinets. Look at the size of these cabinets here. Oh, it's a bit gloomy in here. What's with the haze going on? That's weird. So over here, one time I remember they had some like fast shooting competitions going on. That's where they do that. Got this little, I guess they have gunfights over here and stuff. I've never seen them on here before, but they built this little prop area for that. But all the original proper homes that were transported to this location we're gonna go see down here. We got a little dentist shop here and a general store. Let's check those out. Good Lord. Some cool old stuff in here. I don't know if I'd want to go to the dentist back in this time though. That looks scary. This is kind of cool. Look at a spinning wheel back there, some lanterns and stuff. I love this thing. This looks really cool. Needs some love though, it's a little warped. Oh, this is an interesting old cart. Obviously you wouldn't be able to use it anymore. But it appears to be an old fire cart here. We have a pressurized canister and fire hose reels coming off of it. A little bit worse for wear though. Look at all the beautiful wildflowers that are growing out here right now. It's just the fields are just absolutely yellow with wildflowers everywhere. Check this old building out. I can't remember the history behind this, but they got a little plaque up on here. So let's go ahead and read that. The Merritt Farmhouse. 100-acre farm was built shortly after the completion of the Arizona Canal in 1885 that brought much needed water to Glendale and Phoenix areas. Oh, that's cool. We got a weaving loom in here. I wish I had one of those. Could do some cool stuff on that. Some old original products in here. We've got the stove over there. Some old dining ware. These old couches are quite cool. And here we have the bedroom. Old bedpan over on the side here. And next to it we have the old farm shed that had all the farming equipment in it. Now another cool thing is this is actually the kitchen. It's separate to the house because they get quite hot. So all the cooking would be done in a separate building just off the house. As you can see, there's the stove right there, kitchen sink, pantry, all in, everything would be done in here and then brought over to the house. Now check this out, guys. What farm would be complete without a chicken coop? And here we have some chickens. And no, they're not animatronics. These are real chickens. Say hello, chickens. This is your time to shine, guys. Yes, you're famous now. How do you feel about being famous? Yeah? Yes, I agree. Buck, buck, indeed. Yeah. Just chilling out doing chicken stuff today, huh? Okay, guys, we have this house here. I see a really cool old bicycle. It's on those, I can't remember what they call them, the big wheel bicycle. Let's go check it out. Ooh. No, I don't know. I've forgotten the name. It's been a long time since I've seen one, but you know what I'm talking about. You don't see those too often anymore. And here, this is where you'd bring your laundry out. You'd roll it through there and press all the water out of it. You can see, this one's a little bit more fancy. Look at the wallpaper and the silver up on the walls there, plates hanging. It's very nicely decorated. We'll get a shot from it from the other side. Out here you can see that they are trying to revive this old garden along here. We've got a couple of things going here because we've had a lot of rain. That's been pretty cool, but still nice and sunny. And you got this nice big shade tree here. That's cool. All right, I forgot what's over at this door, but let's go ahead and check it out. It's probably a lounge room or something. Yeah, it looks like a little sunroom or sitting room. It's extremely elegant. Look at the beautiful wallpaper and the curtains. These look like silk or satin curtains we got there. This light fitting hanging down from the ceiling, that's amazing. Look at that. Even the ceiling has this crazy wallpaper on it. It's very colorful. I love this print here, that's amazing. And you can see a very fancy dress here. So you can see the occupants of this home were quite well off. We have some really nice decorations in here. Now, in the distance, you can see this beautiful gazebo out there. That's also very cool. Now, in the middle area here, that's normally where they do their Civil War reenactments. I've been here before for them. Unfortunately, there's nothing going on today. It is a Sunday, and there's no events on currently. So, no Civil War reenactments. And normally down there at the blacksmith shop, we'll have guys doing blacksmithing, but it's Sunday, so they're not here today. Okay, now if you're wondering what all that noise is coming from this direction, all the bangs and booms, we have the shooting range directly behind this mountain here. So that's what's going on over there. Now, I did just see some sort of, I don't know if it's a hawk or something, just fly up into this tree there. We're gonna go see if we can catch that real quick. Where is he? There he goes. I don't know what that was, some sort of hawk. That's cool. There he is up there. He's in a different tree now. It's hard to focus on him with the sun in my eyes. Don't quite know what he is, but some sort of hawk or something. Falcon maybe, I don't know. Okay, walking up to the print shop now. Let's see what the story behind this is. Okay. So this seems to be a replica building, but inside they've got some very cool printing presses and stuff like that. You can see the printing presses over here, And then multiple trays of lettering and picturing and print, different plates that they'd have to lay out. That's how they used to do the papers and prints back in the day. You can see up on the rack, on this line there, some little previews of what they had back then, different fonts and such, and pictures. It's very cool, very cool. My dad used to actually have a giant printing press back when I was a child. True fact. Also, another true fact, my grandfather, who passed away a couple of years ago, he made his fortune in the printing industry and actually owned a printing company. Yeah, as he got older and retired, he sold off all of his printing businesses, but that's how my dad knew so much about printing machines, because originally my grandfather wanted my dad to get involved in a business, but that wasn't really something my dad wanted to go and pursue. So, of course, my dad moved from England to Australia, and that's how my life started. And now I'm out here in America. So in this shop it's a reproduction of an 1890s dress shop. As you can see, all the different tailored dresses that they have here. Up on the walls, they have different designs. Very interesting. And around the various buildings, you may have seen sewing machines, because back in the day, not everybody could afford to go get a tailored dress like this. They often had to create their own from little sewing machines that you could buy for the home, just like this little one here. Now, right here we have the blacksmith shop. Unfortunately, they're not here today. I was hoping it would still be open so I could actually look inside. It's very cool to see all the stuff that they have in there, old relics and such, and stuff that they still use today. They still work this old blacksmith off of an original coal forge in here. It's very, very cool. But since they're closed, I guess you guys are going to have to come and see it for yourselves. But it is very cool to see. I love watching blacksmithing, and I'd actually like to get into learning how to do the blacksmithing one day. I think it'd be really cool to be able to create my own stuff like that. Not necessarily blades, although I would like to learn how to make some kitchen knives or hunting knives or something like that. Not really weapons, but it would be kind of cool to make your own hunting knife. Not that I really hunt, I don't hunt, but it's always great to have a knife out in the woods if you need to protect yourself, cut some cord, rope, prepare a meal, anything really. It's really handy to have. Now over here, this is more set up for the kids and family. They have this little gold painting setup here. It's usually running on the busier days. They do a lot of school tours here, so on the weekdays you'll often see reservations. You can look on the events and it'll say 330 kids, like they did have this week. All week they've been having school tours come through here, and they'll probably usually have this set up for them. Over here, now this is the wagon shop where I guess people come to get their wagons fixed. I'm assuming this is another reproduction, but you can see all the old relics that they have here. All the wagon wheels and such, metal rims, wood rims, whatever. We have some old wagons sitting out here that obviously need repairing pretty badly. But in here you can see the shop with all the tools that they would have used. A couple of old wagon wheels in here too. The center axle hubs there. Up on the back wall, there's plenty of axles up in the back there. They have this piece of, I'm not exactly sure, to be brutally honest. I don't know what this is actually for. This piece with a big spinning wheel, but I can see a date stamp on there, 1977. So it's not super old, but it looks like it is functioning. So somebody at some stage was using this. I've never seen anybody working on wagons here though, so I don't think they use this anymore. Off in the distance you can see the church there. Sometimes they have like volunteers coming in here and they'll play piano and sing a song for us and stuff. It's really cool when they do that, and you can actually have you can book weddings here and actually have a wedding in the church, so that's kind of cool too. We're going to go check that out shortly. As you can see, as we're walking off to the next buildings, we have all these states of decaying farm equipment and wagons laying out here in the field. Okay, here we have what looks to be the remains of an old stamp press where they crush up all the rock and ore so they could take it and filter it and get the gold out of it. Obviously this one's in pretty bad condition, nowhere near working order, but this is what all the pieces would have been off of. Check this out, we got some more mining stuff up here, all in the bushes here. We got mining carts, there's a mining cart, some more mining carts on a rail system here. Looks like we got this little cart here. Looks like you could stand people up on that and take people along in there, or equipment and such. You can see this one over here dumping out some rocks out of the back there. I don't know what these welding marks on the side represent. We've got some more carts along here. Now I don't think this is an actual mine up here. I think it's just something that they'd set up so you could see what it was like. So this is cool. This is actually a mining elevator, which would have been hung on a rope, and there would have been wood either side of that, so it would touch the wood as it went down so it wouldn't sway side to side. And this would take the people down. So you'd have this at the top of the shaft with a hole going straight down to the different crosscut levels, and people go up and down in this elevator cart here. So this little shack here kind of represents what the miners would have been living in back in the days, this old mining shack here. This is kind of how they'd be living, quite basic. You can see this really basic cot here, a little trunk at the base to all their stuff, different equipment that they'd need for living out here. You can see some dynamite sticks sitting there, and all the other interesting things. We've got the kitchen area over here in the corner. Very, very basic, but that's how they had to live back in the day. Okay, here we have the church, but looks like the gates are actually shut because I don't have anyone here again. So unfortunately we don't get to go in this time. I have been in there, however. It's quite nice. Let's go have a look through the door anyway. Okay. 1879 St. Paul's Church. This was in Globe, Arizona Territory and reconstructed in 1968. That's cool that this is actually a church at one point, and they took it apart and brought it down here. I wish the girls were playing piano today, but they're not here today. So maybe one day I'll come back and see that. So over here we're gonna see representation of a schoolhouse and like a teacher's house. Yeah, this should be actually quite cool. So let's check this out. You can see these hand-hewn logs making this cabin up. You can see on the logs where they've tried to shape them out. This is what the teacher would have lived in. Much larger bed than the miners. It's a little bit nicer. High peak roof, so it would have let some of that heat out. Wouldn't have been as hot in here. With the thicker logs and the mud too, would have kept it cooler. Just putting my head in here, it just feels much cooler already. It's quite nice actually. Here we have the schoolhouse over here. Let's go ahead and have a look at the schoolhouse. It's a similar style built, but it's bigger, so you can fit people in there to teach some class during the day. Very cool. Okay, apparently this is actually original 1875 cabin relocated from Gordon Canyon, AZ. So that's really cool. This was actually a schoolhouse when they relocated it down here. Quite cool. You can see the potbelly stove over here. The cool old desks and chairs here. The little teachers set up at the front there. a little bit different these days. But I don't know if you've ever seen that TV show, When Calls the Heart, I think it was. It's about a school teacher living in a small mining town back in that era. It's quite cool. Okay guys, next we're going up to the cemetery up there. Obviously it wasn't a real cemetery, but since then, oh, Roadrunner. A little Roadrunner down there by the corner. So there are actually people buried up here now. People have decided they wanted to be buried here. Some of them were like volunteers and such. Let's see if we can get that Roadrunner back on camera. He just ran around the back of the schoolhouse. All right, let's go up to the cemetery, guys. 1966 and 1968. Now, some of these in here, that one's real. This one looks like it's real. They might have all been replaced by real headstones. But yeah, we do have people buried here. So we respect these graves where they rest. Okay, as you can see here, we have a cabin from 1885. This was relocated in 1968 from Newman Canyon. Now, moving on, we're going to go down to these farmhouses down here. You can see this stacked stone wall that goes all the way around. That's what they would have used to keep livestock and such within a boundary. Now, you don't typically see this out here anymore. This is more something that they would have had back in the colonial times on the East Coast, up in Maine or Vermont or New Hampshire, places like that. But yeah, very cool to see. Could you imagine? People actually had to stack all these rocks just to make these walls. It would have taken forever. Now, moving in closer, there's a lizard sunbaking. Oh, he just ran away. There he is. So a little lizard doing his push-ups, getting ready for his heavy lifting competition now. Okay, here we are at the cabin. This would have been a representation of a really early colonial or frontier style cabin when they were establishing the West. As you can see, we got the stone fireplace there. Very basic setup inside. I don't think that's from this right area, but you gotta have these things in places like this. Okay, so here we have the cabin of Senator Ashurst. He served as senator from, I think, 1912 to 1941. It's pretty cool. This was his boyhood home. It was found shattered and destroyed by the snow up in the woods up north. They brought it down here and rebuilt it. Okay guys, this is the Flying V cabin. Now there's a bit of history behind this. I don't know where the history plaque went to, but if you can see these little holes in the wall here, they're actually gun ports. And this cabin was actually involved in a shootout. I don't have the history here because there used to be a plaque here. I can't seem to find it now. I don't see it on that side. But this was basically an armed conflict. From memory, I believe it was between some ranchers and maybe I can't remember, Native Americans or some other ranchers, but we'll have to look into this because looks like the information plaque has disappeared on this one. Okay, so I didn't find the plaque for the information that they used to have here, but I was able to look it up online. Now this is the cabin from one of U.S. history's worst family feuds ever, and apparently it had the highest death toll of any family feud in U.S. history, which is pretty crazy considering you think about like the Hatfields and McCoys. Like that was a pretty bad one. But yeah, apparently this out surpasses that one, so very interesting. All right guys, let's head on out. Okay, here's the sheriff's building. Let's have a look in here quickly. It's getting quite warm out here. This is a reconstruction of a 1881 Adobe building which stood in Globe. And they fitted it out with some nice little lockers here. That's kind of cool, actually. They look quite well built. Alright, let's move on. We just got the bank left. I think it's the bank over here. Here we have the goats. They come to make friends with me. What you got? Where's the other goat? There should be more than one goat. Why is it just you? Why is it just you? Where's your friend? Ow! Oh my Lord, he's trying to kill me. Help me, sir, help me. Why are you so angry? I think it's a boy because he's trying to bite me. I'm not edible, sir. I'm not edible, sir. You're trying to bite me? Hello. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Oh, there's the other goat. Hello. There's another goat. Why are you trying to eat me? He's very angry. Why are you being so angry? I'm just... Oh. Hello. You almost broke my fingers, so... You broke my fingers. Alright, this boy, he's not very friendly. I just want to scratch your ears for you. I know you like a good ear scratching, so stop trying to headbutt me. Oh, okay. We have a billy goat here. Billy goats are typically quite angry towards people, and he just tried to headbutt me and horn me. Happy days. I know this one over here is probably much more friendly. This guy's clearly in charge. She's trying to tell me who's boss. Okay, we survived the goat attack, and he's looking quite proud of himself over there. I think he still wants to fight me. Here we have the local hangman's noose. Now back in the Wild West lawless days, they didn't have time to ship people back on trains and have them at a court hearing in big cities, so they would have to lay out their own law and have hangings right in the middle of town. That's a reminder of our dark history. Okay, just one more building left. This should be the bank building. Let's head on in. Okay guys, so we're in the bank. Look at the size of this giant vault door here. It's amazing. The old bank teller here, he looks like he's been on shift a little too long. He's looking worse for wear. What else we got here? Look at the teller stations here. Ledgers in the back here. Different, I'm not even sure what this piece of equipment here is. It's kind of interesting. Perforator. Typewriters. We got coin holders over here, more typewriters. It looks like a paper press cut type thing over here. And then over here we have, this looks like a minting press that they press coins out with. It's pretty cool to see something this big. Could you imagine how much this thing weighs? It's absolutely gigantic. I've never seen anything like it. It's insane. Alright guys, we've spent a good couple hours, probably closer to 3 hours maybe, I don't know. But had a good time. It's getting quite hot. I think I need some ice cream in my stomach. Cool me down a bit. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this adventure with me. What colonial or pioneer or frontier places have you guys been to like this? Obviously I've said I've been to this one 4 times before. Usually it's something that I pick up that I haven't really seen before. And I don't know, I don't believe I've actually been into that telephone museum there before, so that was kind of new to me. I knew the building was there, but I didn't know you could go in through the back of it, so I guess it pays to pay more attention. Alright guys, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know down below what's your favorite Western or frontier or colonial type pioneer museum. Let me know. Alright guys, this is Aussie Man. Until next time, we'll see you later.